Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Hope you've been having a pleasant weekend. I know I'm here over the weekend, too. But this is going to be a VR for three good nerds right there. They just got a new channel sticker. I should have put something up there by now. But this is an interesting one. This is how they called it your namesake VR. So anybody in professional sports that shares your name. That's not so much the case for me. A very uncommon last name. Probably the majority of people who have seen my last name aren't 100% sure how to actually pronounce it. So really, I can think of three quote-unquote sports-related incidents in which somebody with my last name was involved. The first would be my grandfather, who was at the game in Cleveland when Bob Feller got hit in the face with the line drive. At some point later at Forbes Field, he ended up yelling out to Willie Mays, reminding him that hey, Willie, it was him, Joe. And then me competing in a track meet with several former and current Olympians. Other than that, not so much in the world of pro sports, but we have Zach. There are a lot of Zachs. I didn't even think of that until Three Good Nerds said, there's the soon-to-be, or the now-retired former guard for Dallas, Zach Martin, who I'm a huge fan of, but shockingly don't have a card of. However, that gave it right there. It's like, you know what? There are Zachs. So we're going to start it off with as close as we're going to get. And this one came from Sean's stuff. This is as close to my last name, or to my name in general, as we're going to get. Zach Ostapchuk on the Young Guns. Information will be there. Like I say, that's as close as it's going to get in both aspects. However, difference is, I went for both spellings, the Z-A-C-K and the Z-A-C-H. I personally spell mine with the H because I just shortened my first name, but it's one of those, it's still Zach. It's still the universal Zach. So we're going to continue on just with a couple, and since it's me, these are going to be the TTM version. We're going to keep going. We've got one more hockey, let's see, a basketball, a baseball, 2 football, and a miscellaneous. But here, right there, is, and I often wonder, because Zach Parise here, he personalized it to me. I'm actually going to be curious any of the other ones that actually did, but this is his hot prospects. I got it back when he was playing with the Devils. I wonder how many of them actually kind of enjoy personalizing a card to somebody with their name. Well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out who we have. Basketball, though, we got Zach LaVine with the Bulls. Then I think currently playing with the Kings, which started out in Rochester, by the way. On the 19-20 Donruss, signed in silver. Very, very, very nice. A little bit of his career information right there. Now, to the baseball, yet another Zach. I know. Can there be more Zachs? Yes, 4 more Zachs, including this one. But another personalized to Zach, from Zach Lee. Bit of a shorter career, a lot of time spent in the minor leagues, though. But a signed rookie card. Thank you for that, Mr. Lee. And now we turn our attention to the gridiron. I think I kind of got this guy in probably the last part of when current players are going to be signing. Currently now with the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, we have Zach Bond, who has had one really, really nice career. Last season, he had a very, very solid career. And then the other Zach, but this one is the big Zach. The one that's in the Hall of Fame. We got Zach Thomas on the Chrome. I got him to sign this, oh God, a long, long time ago, far before he got his gold jacket. What a football player. And that right there is probably one of the ultimate Zachs. However, this last one is very interesting, and it came from my random love of interesting movies. I came across a movie. I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation of it because it is in an indigenous language. Uh, Atanarjuat, the fast runner. It was directed by this man right here, Zacharias Kunuk. And as he put there, because I didn't know, Dr. Zacharias Kunuk, OC. He has another post-nominal letter, I'll put it there, after for Nunavut. Is it pronounced Nunavut? Nunavut? I honestly forget. But what an incredible movie. If you've never seen that movie, not many people probably have. I recommend seeing it because right there and there, it is the first feature film ever to be written, directed, and acted in the Inuktitut language. And it's incredibly, and also on top of that, he sent me a long time ago when I wrote to him, he told me that he had sent something back to me. Unfortunately, it never made it, so I returned the email to him, explaining what happened, told him I would send another index card, which I did, and then he signed it, and he wrote back, and he said, hopefully this one makes it from one Zach to another. It's like, you know what, that's really cool. And honestly, like I say, if you can find a copy of that movie, I think it was 2001, 2002. Also, it was that year's Canadian submission to the Academy of Motion Pictures and whatever they're actually called, the Oscar people, for Best Foreign Language Film. And weirdly, it was one of the very, very few Canadian submissions for that category that was not in French. It was in the Inuktitut language. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. So that is just a small little smattering of, the Zachs, the great Zachs, and there's been some really awesome ones. And this was fun. At first, I was like, my last name got nothing. Because if my last name has something to do with athletics, I ended up on a field somewhere when I wasn't supposed to be. That's how that was going to go. But this was a lot of fun. There's a lot of these going around there. I know Julie Farnham just premiered hers yesterday, but hers was a different one. I can't say what it... Well, I can say what it is now because this will be aired after it, but what a namesake. What a namesake for tuna. But that is going to do it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. I know there's a ton of other Zachs, but I just wanted to go some of the ones that I had autographs of, and right now they are some of the only Zachs, but that could be a new project in the future. But that's going to do it for this Sunday. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We will see you tomorrow.